Hi everybody, welcome to another week, another story. As you can tell, today is hat day, so I wore my hat to school. So today we are going to be reading Days of the Nights by Robert Neubecker, and this is a series from Tales of the Time Dragon. So if this is something that you really enjoy, make sure to ask Mrs. Willman in the library to see if we have some more of these books and if you can check them out. So we are going back to the year 1200, as you can see here. We are going to England, way up here, that red part. It is a country on the continent of Europe, a whole ocean away from the United States of America. "What's up, Joe?" asked Lily. "I'm doing a report on the Middle Ages," Joe shrugged. "With knights and queens and castles? What fun!" "I guess so," mumbled Joe. "I'll help you research," said Lily. She tapped the keys on the library computer. Middle Ages. Click, click, whoosh. How fun would it be if we could search for something and then go there? "Where are we?" Lily wondered. "Look!" cried Joe. "Where did that big red dragon come from?" "Good morning. I'm Red the Time Dragon. I will be your guide to the Middle Ages. It's the year 1200, and we're in England. We have to be careful. Dragons aren't exactly popular here. Hark, a dragon! We must warn Sir Vile." "This part of the world has many deep, dark forests filled with wild beasts," said Red. "There are dangers everywhere. Some are real, some are imagined." "Like dragons," said Lily. "Like dragons," agreed Red. Joe shivered. "Let's get out of here." Lily and Joe climbed onto Red's back. They snuck past a row of houses crowded with people and animals of all kinds. "Most people are poor here and can't read or write," Red said. "They are called peasants, and they live on the farms or in small villages." "They let cows and pigs inside?" asked Lily. "They have to," said Red. "Animals keep them warm on long winter nights. Plus, if you leave your cow outside, someone or something might come along and eat it." Joe could feel eyes watching them, and he wasn't sure where they belonged. That would be creepy. The road led to a little town with strong stone walls to keep out strangers. Shopkeepers watched as they passed by. "I don't think they like strangers," whispered Joe. "Yeah," said Lily, "and what could be stranger than us?" They probably look a little bit different if you look at the clothes and maybe their haircuts. Soon, they all came to a harbor. Traders from all over Europe were selling their wares in the marketplace. A long ship rocked gently at the dock. "Vikings," said Joe a bit too loudly. "Shh," Red said. "Vikings are great traders and explorers from the north. They bring furs and silk to trade for wool, but they are also fierce warriors." Once again, people were staring at them. Lily was getting a very bad feeling about the traders in general and the Vikings in particular. Next, they came upon a huge stone building covered with carvings and beautifully colored windows. "The great churches are the finest works of art in the Middle Ages," Red said proudly. "This one must have taken years to build," said Joe. "Hundreds," Red answered. Just then, big rocks began to fall from above. Ugly statues on the towers sprayed boiling oil. The church bells rang an alarm. "Time to move on," Red smiled, flashing 100 sharp teeth. Joe looked over his shoulder. They were being followed. "A castle!" Lily cried. "A knight named Servile lives here," said Red. "He owns all the land we've seen. He makes the peasants pay to use it. And if he were a good knight, he would protect them in return." "But he's a bad one?" asked Lily. Red sighed. "Servile takes from them, but gives nothing back. He's a thief and a bully." "Don't look now, but there's a mob of bullies behind us," Joe said. Red turned and faced the crowd. "I am not the one you should fear," he called. "Who makes you pay to use this land?" The crowd mumbled, "Servile." "Who is supposed to protect you?" Red asked. Servile. Who takes what is yours and gives nothing in return, Red shouted. Servile. I don't think they like him very much. Red, there is a nasty-looking knight headed straight for us, Joe said. And he's got archers, yelled Lily. Duck! Hang on, said Red gleefully. Watch this. Probably good to have a dragon on your side at that time. Red breathed fire. Hooray, hooray, said the peasants. Whoosh. That was amazing, said Joe. And now that you've toasted Servile, how about roasting us some hamburgers? No need, said Lily. Look at this feast. Veggies and stew and meat and bread. Everyone cheered for Red. They were free of Servile at last. Joe happily stuffed food into his mouth. Joe, mind your manners, said Lily. Forks aren't in style, mumbled Joe. Pretty cool. So, Joe, when is this report due? Asked Red. Tomorrow, said Joe. Then it's time for you to get back home, said Red. Goodbye, Red, said Lily and Joe. Until next time. Lily, do you have a pencil? Asked Joe. Sure. Joe started on his report. He began by drawing a big red dragon. I hoped you liked learning a little bit about the 1200s in England. Some of it real, some of it imaginary, but it's always good to have an imagination. I hope you enjoyed this book, and if you like it, there are more of those in the library for you. See you next time.